Twitch chat ruined his life. So this is something that again relates to Twitch. So let's see how Twitch chat ruined somebody's life. Let's see what time it is on.
Twitch chat is a place where common sense and reasoning goes to die. At least for the most part. There is some unhinged chatters out there. And I swear to God, some of them aren't even like real people. They feel like figments of an imagination from your...
Bots, Charlie. They're called bots. They're called bots in the everywhere. They're called bots and they're among us right now in this chat. Typing in the chat like they're regular people, but they're not. They're bots. I feel what he's saying.
Worst nightmare. Or like lobotomy victims all spouting some nonsensical garbage that isn't even related to what's happening in the stream.
Really ironic.
But now I'd like to introduce you to the final boss of unhinged Twitch chatter. This guy. Danny sent me this today, and I haven't heard anyone talk about this, which is surprising, because this is one of those, like,
no way.
Weirder stories that I feel people would be talking about from Twitch.
Florida man, of course.
So this guy made a statement in an unnamed streamer's chat claiming that he was about to go kill some people in a mass shooting, and then he got arrested for it because the chatters warned the FBI, and they actually acted on it. So he said...
W snitches, W chatters, man. W chatter, W feds, I like those. I like those. We don't play games like that. Like, again, and then y'all gonna be like, oh, is this a joke? Y'all take things too seriously, you snowflake. Hey man, rather be safe than sorry, bro. W snitches. Unless he really didn't do anything. Well, he did threaten. He did threaten people. He did threaten people though. I don't know. If he didn't do it, I don't know how they can catch him if he didn't actually type that in, but let's see.
Said that mass murder was coming soon in the Twitch chat.
Whoever said it, I don't know if it was this exact dude, but whoever said it, I don't feel bad, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say stuff like that.
And then they actually showed up and arrested this man, and he's now about to face some serious repercussions for this.
Oh, so it was him.
This is also, surprisingly, like the first time I feel the FBI's ever acted on something like this. I can't remember which mass shooter it was, but one of the mass shooters had made a statement similar to this in a YouTube stream, and the FBI was tipped off about it. And they had already like identified that guy as a person of interest, and they still didn't act on it, and he actually did follow through and kill people.
So I'm saying, chat, better be safe than sorry. That's why when y'all be like, nigga, I can't, like, you know, chat, through text, you can't tell how a person's tone is. You can't tell, like, a tone of voice. You can't tell nothing. First of all, you shouldn't even be joking about that in the first place. But that's why when y'all say, like, oh, yeah, I see my dog looking kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, like, that shit don't be jokes to me, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't take everything serious, but shit like that, nigga, you just gotta go, like, you just really gotta be safe with that shit.
What mass shooter was that? Does anyone remember? Was it Nicholas Cruz? It might have been. But yeah, so I think this is a good thing. I am happy to hear that they took action about that. 100%. With everything that's been going on, this is a fat W. Huge L for this fucking loser, but like a big W for law enforcement. I'm glad they finally bothered to take any level of proactive action here, for sure. Now, when he was apprehended and questioned by authorities, he admitted that the account was his and that the comments were stupid, saying that he was in a dark place.
I don't give a fuck. We smoking that nigga. We smoking him. We smoking him. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Fuck you and whatever place you in, nigga. In GTA, like, nigga talking about, I mean, like, bro, that's what people do to excuse their behavior when they take other people's lives. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I don't care what he talking about.
Kind of similar to, like, a YouTuber apology video, honestly. He was saying, like, he was depressed, intoxicated, and he was recently going through a loss in the family, so he made those comments, which isn't a justification at all for what he said. Like, it's sad to hear that he was going through such tough shit, but that doesn't at all excuse these kind of threats. And I do consider these threats now. This isn't just like nonsensical hoopla tossed out there. I no longer view it as it's just a prank, bro. It's just me goofing around being a little silly, threatening some mass murder.
Bro, I just went to Yusuf's stream. Sometimes I peep in Max and Yusuf streams and other streamers stream before I start streaming. Just peeping in they stream and stuff like that. Right before this stream, maybe like an hour before I started the stream, I peeped in Yusuf. I went to Yusuf's stream. He's doing unban requests. There's this one unban request, and this is probably like one of the worst that I've seen. Bro, talking about some. Basically, he's like, oh, I'm a, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pack you up in GTA. I'm gonna pack you up. da 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 da, and then he starts listing where where he thinks he stays at, what school he thinks he stays at, like all of that, like really just like, oh no, I'm not playing with you. I know that you stay in da 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 da, and you do da 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 da, and when I find you, I'm really going like, you know what I'm saying, pack you up. Like that shit don't be a joke. And then after y'all proceed to be like, bro, we're just joking, man. It's just a joke, man. Like relax, man. Like come on, bro. Like King Ash, thank you for the 5. Get this, man. Thank you for the 5. Get this, man. Appreciate you, King Ash. How you been? How you been? When you doing band request for we'll do that 12 hour. G, I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with whoever G5 is, but I saw that unbanned request. I'm like, yo, what the what like I don't know, bro. Like niggas saying that over the Twitch chat, bro, is crazy though. Like trying to leak where bro stay at or leak where he go to school at or something like that. That's why I be so like I be very quiet with everything, because niggas just, I don't know, people on the internet is weird, bro. People on the internet be so weird, bro.
There have been so many mass shootings, and like I mentioned in this,
Blueryai, will you do the unban request early in the 12-hour stream? I don't know. You guys gotta wait for the 12-hour stream. I can't talk about a stream that isn't in the stream yet.
Stream one case just like this where someone made a very similar threat and then followed through on it shortly thereafter. And you see so many times, like almost every time there's a mass shooter, the authorities come out and they're like, yeah, we actually knew that this guy was a threat. We also knew about the things he was saying online. Like, we actually even had him in our custody for a little while. We gave him a fist bump and told him, like, you know, it's all good now. We looked into your eyes, into the windows of your soul, and we decided you probably won't do it. And then he did it, so we were kind of shocked and almost betrayed that he did it. But, yeah, we knew, like, all of these details. And then you always, like, are left scratching your head, like, well, why didn't you act on it? Like, maybe get guns away from that person or something. So even if this guy wasn't a legitimate threat, he wasn't some Gotham villain about to poison the water supply or start spouting riddles off to Batman, it's still good, and I view it as a very positive thing that the authorities went to investigate, to confirm whether or not this individual had plans to harm himself or others. I'm glad it wasn't a threat that was taken lightly or falling on deaf ears, just because I don't think there's any reason to take that chance anymore.
Godspeed, if you're going to tell people when the stream is, do it correctly. It's 2 p.m. to 2 a.m.
When something just like this happened and did lead to a lot of innocent deaths.
Jacobius Rex with another 10 gifted. God! Jacobius, you're too kind, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you, Jacobius. W Jacobius in the chat. I'm not gonna lie, chat. It's gonna take us a while to get back to 1,000. I knew it was gonna take us a while to get back to 1,000 because, like I said, when gifted subs happen, like when Dreamers gave all the gifted subs, like again after a month, those subs will disappear. So we'll get back to 1,000 slowly but surely. But we gonna, like, when y'all get stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? We definitely will get back there eventually. You know what I'm saying? In due time. So shout out to all the gifters in the chat and all the subs in the chat. Appreciate y'all, boys.
So I do think this is a good thing, but I have seen a lot of people making the slippery slope argument about, well, if everyone's chats are being policed and you can be arrested for things you say anonymously in a chat room, that could lead to a lot of other things where people are getting punished for really minor offenses.
Chat, I want you to know, I'm going to say this right here. Yes, he should have been arrested. No, the police were not wrong. Yes, you should be held accountable for really crazy stuff you say like that on the internet. Yes, you should be held accountable. If you say that, I want to go pack up 20 people in GTA, then yes, you should be held accountable for that. You shouldn't feel safe because you're behind a computer screen and nobody knows your identity. Yes, you should be held accountable for that. I truly believe that.
And I can kind of see where that stance is coming from, that perspective, because, for example, E-Rob, who's a Twitch streamer, nay, that's doing him a disservice. He's more than a streamer. He's a goddamn icon. E-Rob made a joke with one of his viewers in his offline Twitch chat about beating him up at TwitchCon. It was just a threat made in jest between two people that knew each other, and E-Rob got reported for it in the offline chat, and Twitch banned him for a whole month.
And see, that's ridiculous, because tone always, King Ash, thank you for another gifted, appreciate you. Tone always matters, though, chat. That's why I always say in GTA after every sentence, so nobody could really try to take my stuff, like, literal, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I say I'm gonna slap somebody in GTA, I always say in GTA after, you know what I'm saying? Just to kind of protect myself, because it's the way, it's not like, it's the way you say it, you know what I'm saying? It's the way you say certain stuff. Now, what the other dude said is way different from what the dude Charlie is talking about said. It's two different things, you know what I'm saying?
Because of that threat, even reported for it in the offline chat, and Twitch banned him for a whole month because of that threat, even though it was just a joke. And they didn't fall back on the ban. He spent the entire time in the slammer, in purgatory, unable to stream, all because he made that joke that was taken to the principal's office by the hall monitor, and he was unjustly disciplined for it. So I can see why people would then take this situation where this man was arrested after his threats and blow it up to a bigger scale where if this is more commonplace, who's to say authorities won't start just striking people down for really small things without looking at like the bigger context or even bothering to see if they were joking or whatever. Like I do kind of understand where that's coming from, but I still think at the end of the day, it'd be very dangerous and stupid to ignore threats like this guy was making.
He got banned for a whole month, but Nadia, yeah, there's a bias. There's definitely a bias on you know what I'm saying. I seen that clip of old girl, and she basically, because I forgot what bro did, but she basically just released all of his information in GTA, bro. That was actually insane. And then immediately she got unbanned. Like, that's actually crazy. I'm not gonna hold you.
Multiple threats about mass murder coming soon, killing 20 people, shit like that. He made himself sound like he was just gonna be fucking piling up corpses in the street. Like, that is something that I don't think should be taken lightly and shouldn't be ignored.
Jacob,
so
thank
I
you
am
for the
happy
gifted.
They stepped in for
Thank
that.
you, bro.
So I do hope they continue to take threats like this seriously because it could very well prevent a tragedy. This isn't the only time a mass shooter has advertised their upcoming crimes. And while this guy may not have had any plans to do it, some of the other ones have and have followed through on it, and authorities didn't act until it was too late. Now, this does bring me to an extremely important point to mention with this whole subject, and that's the curious case of Josh Palault, whom I've made...
I'm not gonna hold you. I've said when the 12 hour is at least 50 times. I'm not gonna keep repeating it every time one person asks in chat, so if anybody asks chat, let them know when it is. Let them know, because I'm not gonna, like, starting now, I'm not gonna repeat it, like, you know what I'm saying? I've said it like at least 50 times, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Let's see.
Made a video on, and who's been on our podcast twice now, because his situation was so unique and
Christ. Jacoby is Rex with the fucking...
When is the 12-hour stream?
It's on the 24th. I'll say it one last time for the people in the back. And I'll send an announcement in Discord just so y'all can see it, but like... The 12-hour stream is on Saturday, the 24th, Christmas Eve, from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way. Eastern Standard Time. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That would be 12 a.m. Pacific Time. And for those of y'all who live in Texas, I don't know what time y'all on. I think y'all are an hour behind us, but I don't know. But y'all know the rest. Yes. If anybody else asks, just, you know what I'm saying, just go let them know. But Jacobius, thank you for the 2.2K bits, man. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you.
Podcast twice now because his situation was so unique and fascinating and just at times downright diabolical. This shit grabs your nipples and fucking titty twisters them. Like his whole case, his situation and everything is unreal to believe that it actually happened. And it's very similar to what we're talking about right now. Josh, quite a long time ago while playing RuneScape and drinking, made a threat on the game about a school shooting. You know, don't go to school the next day, that kind of thing. And the Jagex, the company behind RuneScape, the developers, got tipped off to what Josh had said, and they forwarded that information to the authorities. So then the authorities scoot in sideways, kick down the door, throw the cuffs on him, and then absolutely steam his fucking ham. He received 6 years in prison. This was not a light...
Damn! I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. That's why I don't even like try to touch none of them jokes. Like, I don't even play like that. 6 years for that, and they said he was drunk. Yo, damn. I don't even try to play with none of them, you know what I'm saying, jokes, like, at all. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want no smoke with none of that, bro.
Fucking ham. He received 6 years in prison. This was not a light sentence by any means. 6 full years, which he served the entire term of, because they determined...
He made a school joke. He made a school joke, for those of y'all who didn't hear it.
That they had reason to believe he was, like, an actual possible threat. And I'm not going to get into, like, the actual nitty-gritty of the case, but with all of the information out there, it feels like it was an extreme case of corruption here that led to him receiving a 6-year punishment.
6 years, crazy.
He was a kid who was drinking and saying some stupid, edgy shit online, and it doesn't seem like there was any real evidence to suggest that he was going to go out and hurt people or do anything horrible, that he was just making those shitty, edgy threats. Now, I do think it was right that they stepped in to investigate, just to be sure and just to be safe. But then after they go through the whole song and dance of the investigation, they should have reached the conclusion that this is just an edgy troll. And yes, of course, get slapped with some kind of penalty or charge about making like ridiculous threats online. That's completely fine and understandable. But 6 years because they viewed him like a fucking terrorist.
Like, yeah, like if they investigated dude, and he doesn't like have any weapons, he isn't like, you check his history, you investigate him, do all the investigation, and it comes back like he's not really on that type of time, he's a troll. Like, bro, just like 6 years, bro, like, it's crazy.
Made no sense. So I do think with a case,
but that's why I'm telling you, Chad. Not everything is a joke. Like, I know everybody want to make a joke about everything like that. I'm not saying his sentence was right, because I don't feel like he should have been sentenced to 6 years. But you know what I'm saying? It might help just not to make, you know what I'm saying, certain jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like jokes or things you find to be a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like
what we were talking about today initially, and comparing it to Josh Palalt's case, I do think that there is a level that needs to be had from the authorities where they take these threats seriously, but then they also have to be fair with the investigation, where if they determine it's just some edgy asshole with no real or imminent threat to the people around them, well then charge them for the threats, but don't go the extra mile with this vendetta, this grudge against them where you just want to see them behind bars forever. Now, in the case that we're talking about today with the Twitch chatter who made these threats of mass murder, he's currently facing charges of written threats to kill or do bodily harm. Now, that seems to fit the crime. That seems like a punishment that fits the crime. That's exactly what he did. They determined he didn't have any firearms, and they seem confident that he was never actually going to carry out these things. Thus, he's just being charged with the threats of doing these things as opposed to like the potential act of doing them. So I think that overall this whole thing is a good thing from the authorities. It doesn't seem like they're making the same mistake they made with Josh Palalt here, where they try and throw the whole book at him, just get the whole kit and caboodle tossed his way. It seems like they know very much what's happening here. They took it seriously, and they're pursuing charges that I think are appropriate for what they've done. Now, I just wanted to talk about this situation because I thought this was a pretty important one. Again, if this was a very unwell individual who was going to carry out something terrible like this, then this would have absolutely just saved lives. And regardless...
Yeah, if he was really on that type of timing, it could have saved a lot of people. And I always say it's better to be safe than sorry, man. So W feds in the chat.
I think it is still a good precedent to set where you shouldn't be making these kind of stupid, reckless, dangerous threats online in the first place. Like, I do think this charge that he's facing for it is appropriate. And I just wanted to talk about that. That's about it. See ya.
Video from Charlie. Yeah, man, you do have to watch what you say online with certain shit. Now, don't think this video just, now I can't say nothing like crazy or nothing like that. Just don't make, like, try to tee up on threats, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, just for your own safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta kind of, like, tee up on threats, dog. Especially that one threat the dude made, that the dude of that his videos based on made. That's a crazy threat. Like, that's not even a joke. That's not even funny, nigga. That's just, like, that's not edgy at all. That's, like, dead-ass just a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing funny about it. And it's just a threat. So I think he did the right thing by snitching on him and getting him the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But the guy who got 6 years, though, that's different, though. Like, he made a joke, a school joke, and they gave him 6 years after investigating him, nigga. And it's not like he had shit on him or he was really about to do some shit. They just gave him 6. Like, that's actually insane. But, hey, man, just be careful with what you say out here, my nigga. Satire motherfuckers crying. That's tough.